Hello, welcome to my channel where you will get deep understanding of structural engineering concepts which students usually find difficult to understand. In this video, you will learn how to draw influence line diagram for a reaction at middle support of a two-span continuous beam using Mueller-Breslau principle. Now, suppose you want to know what are the steps to draw the influence line diagram for any particular function using Mueller-Breslau principle. Let us see what are the steps. So here I want to draw influence line diagram for reaction at B. So first of all, we have to remove the ability of the beam to resist the function. So what is the meaning of removing ability of the beam to resist the function? Now, because of this function, RB is one of the function for which we are drawing the influence line diagram. So, because of this function, there is ability to deform in this direction that we have to remove. We have to remove the ability to deflect in the direction of B. Because of this support B, this beam cannot deflect. So, therefore, we are removing ability of the beam to resist the deflection. So first of all, to draw the influence line diagram for RB, we have to remove RB. Then give unit displacement in the direction of action. This is the action. In this direction of that action, you have to give the unit displacement. So you have to lift this in the direction of that action. Because of that, what will happen? The beam will deflect something like this. If this deformation is 1, then this shape itself represents the influence line diagram. That is what the Mueller-Breslau principle says. So obtain the deflection curve due to unit displacement. The resultant deflection curve due to unit displacement itself is the influence line diagram for the function. So this is the Mueller-Breslau principle. What is that? Remove the constraint with respect to that function, then give unit deformation in the direction of that function. Then whatever deflected shape you get is called as influence line diagram. In case you don't know what is Mueller-Breslau principle, if you want to know more about what is influence line diagram and Mueller-Breslau principle, then please watch my previous videos about the same. I will leave a link in the description box below. Please watch those videos so that you can understand this ILD problem in a better way. If you like this video and found useful, please give a thumbs up. Share it with your friends and subscribe the channel so that this channel will appear in Google and YouTube search. Now before we start this problem, first we will understand what are the general steps to draw the influence line diagram using Mueller-Breslau principle. So this is the procedure to draw influence line diagram for vertical reactions at the support. So I will read these statements and I will explain these statements while solving the problem. So first step is remove the ability to resist movement in the vertical direction at that support by removing the support. So first of all, you have to remove the support for which you want to draw the influence line diagram. Then apply unit force in the direction of support reaction. Then for this modified beam, draw conjugate beam. Now why we are drawing conjugate beam? Because Mueller-Breslau principle says that the deflected shape itself is the influence line diagram. And therefore we want to draw the deflected shape. So to draw deflected shape, we have to use any method by which we can calculate the deflection. So here I am using conjugate beam method to calculate the deflection, and therefore we will modify the beam and we will draw conjugate beam. Next is calculate bending moment in conjugate beam. Now why we are calculating bending moment in conjugate beam? Because there is a theorem which states that the bending moment in conjugate beam is the deflection in the given beam, and therefore we are calculating bending moment in conjugate beam because we want deflected shape. Now to get the ILD ordinate at various sections, divide the bending moment of conjugate beam at that section by bending moment at support where ILD is to be plotted. So this we will see while solving the problem, and then we can draw the influence line diagram. So these are the general steps to draw influence line diagram for any reaction. Now let us solve this problem. In this problem, we are going to draw influence line diagram for reaction at B. So draw influence line diagram for reaction at support B for a continuous beam ABC having span AB 4 meter and BC 6 meter. And we want to plot ordinates of influence line diagram at 1 meter interval. That means we are calculating ordinate at 1 meter interval. So let us see how we can solve this problem. So we are solving the problem using Mueller-Breslau principle. This is the given beam and we want to draw influence line diagram for RB. So first of all, what we will do? We will remove this reaction. To draw ILD for RB, remove the ability to resist the movement in vertical direction at B by removing this support. So if you remove the support, this beam will look like this. It is just like a simply supported beam. After that, what we do? We give unit deformation. Actually, to draw the influence line diagram, we have to give the unit deformation. Means if this is deflect like this, we have to make this ordinate 1. But initially, we don't know how much is the force required to make the unit deformation. So, therefore, instead of making unit deformation, what we do? We apply unit force. And for this unit force, we calculate deflected shape. We draw the deflected shape for unit force. And then we make the ordinate equal to 1. So once you calculate deflection due to this unit force, you will get some ordinate y at this place. But this is just a deflected shape due to this unit force. What we want? We want influence line diagram. We call this deflected shape as influence line diagram if this ordinate is 1. And therefore, what we do? We divide all the ordinates by this ordinate y to get 1 here, and proportionately we will get all other ordinate. So this is the procedure. So what we do? First we remove this reaction. The beam will become simply supported beam. Then this is nothing but a load. You can show the load at the bottom as well as at the top. Wherever you want, you can show the load. Then for this load, you have to draw the deflected shape using any method. There are various methods for drawing the deflected shape. Here we are using conjugate beam method. Using any method, you will get ordinate of deflection here as y due to this 1 kilonewton. But we are not interested in drawing the deflected shape due to 1 kilonewton. We are interested having this ordinate as 1. When this ordinate is 1, this shape is called as influence line diagram. So let us see how we can get this shape using conjugate beam method. So first of all, we have to draw the conjugate beam for this case. So to draw the conjugate beam, first of all, we have to draw the bending moment diagram. Now our problem of influence line diagram reduced to this. that is calculating deflection for this case, calculating this y. Once you get this y, we can divide all the ordinate by this y to get ordinate here 1. So first of all, what we will do? We will draw conjugate beam for this beam. Now to draw the conjugate beam means what? First of all, we have to draw bending moment diagram for this case. Let us see how to draw the conjugate beam. We know that for drawing the conjugate beam, first of all, we have to draw the bending moment diagram. So this is a beam, simply supported beam with eccentric load. We know that whenever there is eccentric load, then maximum ordinate of bending moment is WAB by L. So since this is a simply supported beam with simple support at A and C, and there is a unit load at B, so you know that bending moment at simple support is 0, and it is maximum under the point load, which is equal to WAB by L. Now here W is 1, A is this 4 meter, B is 6 meter. WAB by L. L means total span 10. So we get 2.4. Now why we have drawn this bending moment diagram? Because in conjugate beam, bending moment diagram is converted to the loading on the beam. So conjugate beam is an imaginary beam which is loaded with M by EI diagram of original beam. This is M diagram. Divide these ordinates by EI. Now load on conjugate beam is equal to M by EI of original beam. This is the theorem of conjugate beam. So let us assume 1 upon EI is equal to K. This 1 upon EI is equal to K. Therefore, load on conjugate beam is equal to M into K of original beam. So here ordinate will be 0, here it is 0, and this ordinate will be 2.4 K. And this load varies linearly. Now let us see how this conjugate beam will look like. Now you can see this load is upward. This load is upward means bending is hogging. If the bending moment is hogging, then we have to consider load on conjugate beam as downward. Let us see how it will look like. So here what we are doing? We are drawing conjugate beam for this. Now how the conjugate beam will look like? Here we have to draw the supports, and then this is the maximum ordinate 2.4 K. Since the bending moment is hogging, we have to draw downward forces here. Okay. Now we have to, why we have drawn this conjugate beam? Because we want deflection in original beam. And the theorem of conjugate beam states that the deflection in original beam is equal to the bending moment in conjugate beam at corresponding section. Suppose I want to calculate deflection here, then I will calculate bending moment here. It will be same. So this is how we can apply the conjugate beam method to calculate the deflection. Now we are interested in calculating deflections at 1 meter interval. So to calculate the deflection at 1 meter interval, what we will do? We will write a general equation of bending moment in span AB, and then general equation of bending moment in span BC. While drawing conjugate beam, we have to modify these supports. But since these are the simple supports at the end, we don't have to modify. In next problem, we will see how to modify these supports if they are intermediate support. But if the supports are at the end, we don't have to modify this support. Now, for this beam, this is now the conjugate beam. What is relation between this beam and this beam is the deflection in original beam is equal to bending moment in conjugate beam. So let us write bending moment equation for conjugate beam. So first of all, we have to calculate the reactions. To calculate reactions, we have to take, first we will calculate reaction at A. So for that, we will take moment at C equal to 0. Now what are the forces here? This is one reaction. We are converting this total triangular load into two small triangles. One is above AB and second is above BC. So taking moment about three forces about this C equal to 0. So first we will take moment of force A. So this RA into distance, you know that moment is equal to force into perpendicular distance. So RA into 10 is equal to, what is the moment of this triangle now? This triangle, total load due to this triangle is area of this triangle, which is half base into height multiplied by distance. You know that moment is equal to force multiplied by distance. What is distance? Distance is distance of CG of this triangle. You know that from base triangle, CG distance is 1/3 and from apex it is 2/3. So I want distance from C because I am taking moment at C. So total distance is this 6 meter plus 1/3 of 4. So 6 plus 1/3 of 4. So this total is the moment of this small triangle. Then plus moment of this triangle. Again, load multiplied by distance. Load is the area of triangle, that is half base into height multiplied by distance from C. So distance from apex is 2/3 of the base. So 2/3 of 6 is 4. So if you calculate this, you will get reaction at A is equal to 6.4 K, which is upward. Since the load is downward, reaction is upward. So this is how we can calculate RA. Now we want RC. So how we can calculate RC? Just by taking summation of vertical forces equal to 0. So if you apply summation of vertical forces equal to 0 for this, what we can write? RA plus RB minus this total triangular load is equal to 0. So RA plus RB minus, what is total triangular load? It is area of triangle, half, then base into height 2.4 K is equal to 0. So we get RC is equal to 5.6 K. This is how we can calculate reactions at the support. Now we will see how to write the general equation of bending moment. Now to write the general equation of bending moment for span AB first. So for that, we will take a general section at distance x. X is measured from A. So how we can write the equation? You know that bending moment is equal to force into perpendicular distance. Now at this section, if you consider left side, the forces are this reaction into this distance minus this triangular force multiplied by CG of distance from the CG. So let us see how we can calculate. So first of all, we will calculate what is this y. Suppose this distance is y at any distance x, then by proportionality triangle, we can write y upon x is equal to 2.4 K upon 4. So from this we get y, this is y is equal to 0.6 Kx. Now we will write equation of bending moment. Now how will be the equation of bending moment? This first term is moment due to this reaction. We have just calculated what is the reaction at A. It was 6.4 K. So moment due to 6.4 K about this is 6.4 K into X minus moment due to this small triangle. What is moment due to this small triangle? It is area of triangle multiplied by distance of CG. So area of triangle is half base into height. Height is now this y. So half base into height multiplied by distance from the section. From where we have to take the distance? We take the distance where we want the bending moment. We want bending moment here. So we will measure all the distances from this section. So it will be x by 3. So this is nothing but the general equation of bending moment for this portion AB. Now in this equation, if you substitute these values of x as 1 meter, 2 meter, 3 meter, then you will get bending moment at respective section. We can simplify this equation. After simplification, we will get this equation. So substitute value of x, what you will get? You will get bending moment in conjugate beam. Now bending moment in conjugate beam is nothing but deflection in original beam. So what we are going to get from this equation is deflection in original beam due to 1 kilonewton force which is applied at P. Now here we have written the general equation of bending moment for portion AB. Similarly, you can write general equation of bending moment for portion CB. Now here, while writing equation of bending moment, you never have to consider clockwise positive or anti-clockwise positive, not like that. What you have to consider? Moment due to upward forces is always positive. Moment due to downward forces is always negative. The moment may be clockwise or anti-clockwise. Don't look at that clockwise, anti-clockwise. Just see whether the moment is due to upward force or it is due to downward force. So let us see how to write the general equation of bending moment for this portion CB. So what we did now, we have just written the equation of bending moment for AB. What is the use of this equation? Just now I told you that you have to substitute the value of x. You will get these ordinates. If you substitute here 1 meter, 2 meter, 3 meter, etc., then what you will get? You will get these ordinates and you will also get this ordinate. So this is deflection due to this 1 kilonewton, but we don't want deflection due to 1 kilonewton. We want this ordinate to be 1. So whatever value we will get here, we will divide all these by this value to get the influence line diagram. Now we will write general equation of bending moment for portion BC. So we will take C as origin and x is measured from C. Now you can see that moment of this reaction at C is anti-clockwise. Don't consider clockwise, anti-clockwise. What you have to see? You have to see that whether this force is upward or downward. Upward force always produce sagging bending moment, that is positive bending moment, and downward force always produce negative bending moment, that is hogging bending moment. And therefore, first of all, we have to calculate this y upon x is equal to 2.4 k upon 6. So from this you will get y is equal to 0.4 k into x. Then you can write the equation similar to earlier. So bending moment at this distance x is equal to 5.6 k is the reaction here multiplied by x, force into perpendicular distance. This is the moment due to bending moment due to reaction at C, and this is the bending moment due to this small triangular portion. What is the moment? It is area of this triangle, half base into height multiplied by distance we are measuring from the section. Here we want bending moment, therefore we will measure distance from this section, which is equal to 1/3 of x by 3. If you simplify this equation, you will get like this. So what we did? We have derived equation, general equation of bending moment for portion AB and for portion CB. So these are two equations. which we have derived. This is the first equation for AB and this is the second equation for CB. Now what we are going to do? We are going to just substitute the value of x. If you substitute value of x 1 meter, 2 meter, 3 meter, 4 meter, you will get ordinates here. Then in this equation, remember that distance is measured from C. So for this point, you have to measure from this and substitute value of x, you will get ordinate on this side. So instead of calculating for each value, we solve this in tabular form. So let us see how we can solve this in tabular form. So first of all, we will get deflected shape due to 1 kilonewton. Then we will divide all the ordinate by this y. We will make this 1. Then this is called as influence line diagram for RB. This is deflected curve due to 1 kilonewton. And this is influence line diagram in which we are interested in. So let us see how we can get it. We will solve this in tabular form. So these are the steps after getting general equation. What we are going to do? Substitute value of x in respective equation of bending moment. Then calculate bending moment for conjugate beam at 1 meter interval. These values are nothing but deflection at various points in original beam due to unit load. Due to unit load, what are the deflection? These bending moments which we have calculated are the deflection due to unit load. Now to find ILD ordinate, we have to divide all the ordinates by bending moment ordinate at B, so that we can get unit ordinate at B. Now we will solve all this in tabular form. So let us actually this influence line diagram problem we solve in tabular form. So here we make a table, section, equation, distance from origin, bending moment ordinate, ILD ordinate. So what we do? We make the sections here at 1 meter interval. So this is point A, then point 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now these are the distances from A. So distance of A is 0. Distance of point number 1 is 1 meter. Then point number 2 is 2 meter. Point number 3 is 3 meter. And point number 4, which is B, is 4 meter. Now what we will do? We will substitute this value in this equation at x. So when x is equal to 0, we will get ordinate 0. Then we will substitute x is equal to 1. Here we will get this ordinate. Then we will substitute 2. We will get this value. So substitute 3 and 4. We will get these values. So what these values represent? These are the bending moment ordinate in conjugate beam. So you know that bending moment in conjugate beam is deflection in original beam. So these values are nothing but the deflection due to this unit force. This 19.2 K is this value. 16.5 K is this value. So these are nothing but the deflected shape due to unit load. But we are not interested in calculating deflection due to unit load. We want this ordinate as 1. When this ordinate become 1, then this diagram is called as influence line diagram. So to make this ordinate 1, we have to divide all the ordinate by 19.2. So therefore, to get ILD ordinate, we have to divide all these ordinates by 19.2 so that we can get 1 here. And all other are corresponding ILD ordinates. So this is how we get the shape of influence line diagram for portion AB. So here, similarly, we can plot influence line diagram for portion BC also. So here, point number 5, this is section 5, section 6, 7, 8, 9 and C. Now here what you have to remember that we have measured distance from C. So for point number 5, distance from C is 5 meter. For point number 6, this is point number 6, its distance from C is 4 meter. For point number 7, distance is 3 meter. For point number 8, distance is 2 meter. For point number 9, it is 1 meter, and then it is 0. So just substituting this value of x for this equation, this is the general equation for portion CB. Substitute value of x, these are the values of x, and get the corresponding values. So you will get these values. What are these values? These values are deflection due to this unit force. But we want ILD ordinate. So to get ILD ordinate, we have to divide all these ordinates by 19.2. What is 19.2? 19.2 is ordinate here, where we want to draw the influence line diagram. So this ordinate we want to make 1, and therefore we have to divide all the ordinates by 19.2. So this is how we get deflected shape from this and influence line diagram ordinate from this. Actually, instead of solving in two tables, actually we write a complete table showing all the ordinate. So we make two parts because there are two equations. So first part is for AB and second part is for BC. And we compile that table like this, and we calculate all the ordinate first, and then we divide all the ordinate by 19.2 to get this ordinate equal to 1. So this is how we can calculate influence line diagram ordinate using Mueller-Breslau principle. So now the last step is to draw the influence line diagram. Please remember that this column gives the values of deflection due to unit force at B. This is deflection due to unit force at B. Whereas this column gives the values of deflection due to unit deformation at B, which is nothing but all these ordinates are nothing but the influence line diagram ordinate. Now let us see how to draw the influence line diagram. So this is the given beam and we want to draw influence line diagram for RB. So first we get the deflected curve due to unit force at B, and after that by dividing all the ordinates by this to get unit deformation at B. When we get unit deformation at B, this curve is called as influence line diagram of RB. Now let us see that some values may be more than 1. So don't get confused because of this. So what is the use of this diagram? Suppose this beam is now loaded with some concentrated load. Suppose there is a load of 100 kilonewton here at the center of AB and 200 kilonewton at center of BC. Then we don't have to analyze this beam again. What we can do? We can just multiply this 100 by the ordinate there plus 200 multiply by this ordinate. Whatever value we get is nothing but the reaction at B. So this is how we can use the Mueller-Breslau principle to calculate or to draw the influence line diagram. So I hope that now you must have understood how to draw the influence line diagram for reaction at B using Mueller-Breslau principle. If you found this video useful, please subscribe the channel and don't forget to hit bell icon so that you can be notified about any new videos I post on this channel. So thanks a lot for watching this video. I will see you in the next one. Thank you very much.